Good morning, everyone. How are you today? Hope that you are fine. Today we are going to talk about the first grammar lesson in our second term, Module 5A, and our grammar lesson is going to be past perfect tense. Okay, let's move with me to slide number 2. To know why we use the past perfect tense. We use it for an action that happened and completed before a specific time in the past, or before determined time in the past. For example, we had dinner by 8 o'clock. That means that we started and finished dinner before 8 o'clock, or by the time or at the moment that the clock became 8, we started and finished our day. Second usage, for an action that happened and completed before another action, but both of them in the past. How? I had brushed my teeth before I went to bed. So which one happened first? Going to bed or brushing your teeth? Of course, brushing your teeth. So in this case, and if you are having two actions and both of them happened in the past, the first action should be in the past perfect tense. Another example, we decided to buy a car after the old one had broken down. Now, I want all of you to concentrate very well on these two examples. In the first one, we are having before, right? Can you see it? Yes. What comes after before? Exactly, past simple. And what comes before the word before? The past perfect tense. But for after, we are going to change it a little bit. So after past perfect, it's something like a game or something like a song. After past perfect. But before after, we should use the past simple tense. So we decided to buy a car after the old one had broken down. Actually, you're not going to find this different than the main usage that we have mentioned a little bit before. As here, we decided to buy a car. The car had broken. Which one happened first? Of course, the car had broken down, then we decided to buy a new one. So the first action of two actions of the past should be used or should be in the past perfect tense. Now we're having some keywords for the past perfect tense. Let's see them. Before, after, when, by the time, because, and so. And pay attention, because and so here are not going to be used as conjunctions or linking words, because according to the meaning of the sentence, you should know which usage are you going to write in your paper. As here, for the keywords for the past perfect tense, they should give you the meaning or the case that even an action happened and completed before a specific time in the past, or two actions happened in the past, but one before the other one. To this point, do you have any problem? I think everything's clear and easy, right? Okay, so let's move to slide number 3. The form. Of course, all of you know that any tense in our English language should divide it into 3 important parts: affirmative, negative, and interrogative, or the question form. Let's start with the affirmative. So the form is going to be as following: had plus verb in the past participle, which means the third reflection of the verb. For example, I had. The first had here is for the form of the past perfect. And the second had, I had. The second had is for or is the past participle or the third reflection of the verb have. So I had my dinner by 8 o'clock. For the negative, we use hadn't plus verb in the past participle of the main verb. or third reflection of the main verb. For example, I hadn't had my breakfast before 7 a.m. I hadn't played football before 6 a.m. and so on. For the interrogative, we are having yes and no question and the WH question. Yes and no question, we start with had plus personal pronoun or noun, and then the past participle, verb in the past participle, and the rest of the question. What about the WH question? We should add WH word like when, why, where, what, and so on. Then we use had, the noun and personal pronoun, noun or personal pronoun of course, and then the past participle of the verb. Actually, the form is very easy, and if you just concentrate on how you can form it according to the rule, that the first had, okay, should be, what can I say? Should be a word that depends on herself, okay? So the first had is something, and the verb in the past participle is another thing, okay? So let's move to slide number 4 in order to check our understanding for this simple and very easy lesson. Let's start. She is or can or will or had done her homework 2 hours before we arrive. Actually, we are having the word before, and before here is a key word for the past perfect tense. And also it gives me the meaning that 2 actions happened in the past, one before the other. So after, before we say we use the past simple exactly, arrive. So the first action should be in the past perfect tense. So the right answer is going to be had done. After he, saving, saves, had saved, has saved money, he bought a new car. Which one happened first? Saving money or buying the car? Of course, to save the money. Exactly. So this is the first action, and we said before that after past perfect, so we are going to use had saved money, he bought a new car. Before he left the house. Before like the past simple very much. So as you can see here, before he left. So which tense are we going to use according to the meaning? He, after he left the house, before he left the house. So he did something before leaving the house. What was it? He had lunch, exactly. After she had drunk a cup of coffee, she left, had left, or leaves. After she had drunk a cup of coffee. What happened? So this is the second action. So it should be in that past simple tense. So the right answer is going to be left. Number 5. Yes, I had met, meeting is meeting him 2 years ago. 2 years ago is the key word for which tense? Of course, the past simple tense, exactly. So in this case, we are going to use only met as the most, or the right word or the right answer for the past simple tense. Sally has finished or finished, had finished or finished the washing up when I arrived. So it ends at the specific time in the past, and also there's an action which finished before, or started and finished before the other one. So the right answer should be in that past perfect tense, and Sally had finished the washing up when I arrived. Had you studied? Do you study? Are you studying your lessons before I left? Before I left. So what comes after the word before? Of course, in the past perfect tense, according to the meaning, the 2 actions happened in the past, one before the other one. So the right answer is going to be had you studied. After he had heard the news, he hurried home. after past perfect, as you can see here, and according to the meaning. This is of course, the second action that happened, so it should be in the past simple tense. The right answer is going to be hurry. So this one, did you have any problem? I think it's quite easy, right? So let's move to slide number 5 in order to check how to answer the rewrite question. Rewrite the following sentence using the words between the brackets. Number 1. He was hungry. He ate 3 sandwiches because. Which one should happen first? Being hungry or eating sandwiches? Of course, being hungry. So let's see. He had been hungry. So he ate 3 sandwiches. First, he bought the camera, then he closed the door. Now, I want all of you to look very carefully. First, he bought the camera. So, buying the camera here is the first action. Then, he closed the door. He brought the camera. Sorry, not bought. Brought. To bring something. So, first, he brought the camera. So, this is the first action. And then he closed the door. So, closed here is the second action. And we wanted to put the word after. Let's remember, after past perfect, according to the meaning, that after the word after, we should write the first or second action. Of course, the first one. So, after he had brought the camera, he closed the door. She visited her friend, then she went shopping before. She had visited her friend before she went shopping. Noha finished her coffee, then I arrived. Which one happened first? Of course, finishing the coffee. So, before I arrived, Noha had finished her coffee. Karen did her homework an hour ago. An hour ago here refers to the past simple tense, and we wanted to use by 7 o'clock, which is referring to the past perfect tense. So in this case, we are going to change the verb or the main verb of the sentence did from the past form into the past perfect form. Can you tell me the past perfect form of the verb did, had, and past participle? What is the past participle of did? Done, exactly. So Karen had done her homework by 7 o'clock. Thank you very much. I enjoyed this session very much with you. It was a pleasure being with you, and I hope that you really enjoyed it too. Thank you so much. I'm going to meet you back again in a new lesson. Hope that you found this was very easy for you. Thank you so much.